Welcome to another podcast with Sin Karnet. How are you?
Not good at all, actually.
Not
What?
good at all.
No,
Is it cold?
I have a cold. Again. It's like it's like the fifth time, I think, since September. I mean, usually you have like one or two per year, right? And now it's been,
Yeah.
I think it's the fifth since September. Totally crazy.
Yeah. I wake up totally stuffed like until 2:00. So I have this eternal cold as well. I don't know what it is.
Okay. Even in Spain.
But even in Spain.
Ah.
So,
I didn't think they had colds in Spain.
No, but I think I like moved the limit, or in some ways I'm more sensitive when it's colder than 18 degrees or something. It's really cold here in Spain.
Yeah. Must be tough.
Yeah. Someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
And Sweden, but the weather is nice today and very nice tomorrow.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I think it was supposed to be 22 degrees tomorrow, I heard. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping for that.
But it's been a long winter now, so it's a long time coming.
Yeah. So are you going to do anything special tomorrow? Or?
No.
Not really.
Maybe sitting in the sun, trying to get a little bit of sun until it goes away.
Do you work on the weekends, Mats?
So if I
Work on the weekends? I mean, do you like...
work?
Yeah.
No.
Like extra time for your company?
Yeah, no.
Do you give them extra time?
No, I don't do that. We actually worked a little bit a couple of weeks ago because we had to release. We launched like a new site on a Monday, and then we actually did a little bit of work in the weekend before. But that's the only time so far. So it basically doesn't happen.
So how is the renovation progressing?
It's it's a bit frustrating. It's almost finished, but I think it's like these last few details. I mean, I don't get any good information from the carpenters really. They have said I mean, they have said like I don't know when they said it the first time. They always, when I ask them, they always say it's going to be finished in 2 weeks. Okay. It's just ridiculous. I don't know when they said it the first time. That's like at least a couple of months ago, I think.
Okay.
But it is progressing. So I think, I mean, all the doors came up this week, for example, and the kitchen is almost finished. So it's really just a few small details left, actually.
But it cannot be worse than Spain. I mean, my architect said, well, he will going to deliver the drawings 3 weeks ago. There was the goal, but I have not even received the drawings. So it's just standing there. No one has started, though. Yeah.
That's a bit annoying.
Yeah. We were talking about Colombia.
Yeah.
Because El Presidente wants to go back. And I've been following this guy on YouTube. Well, he has this company called Nomad Capitalist. Have you seen that?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So basically, his company is helping with different type of exit strategies, getting citizenship, telling you where to bank. I mean, where to open bank accounts and how to avoid tax legally, etc. And he's also talking about different type of countries where you can invest, for example, to get citizenship or to later get a passport or just as a foreigner invest. So it's pretty interesting. And South America is something that they believe in.
I think
So-
doesn't he have an apartment in Bogota or something?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I've seen that. I've seen it.
Yeah. So Bogota, I mean Colombia, Paraguay, Uruguay, maybe Argentina. Yeah,
Mm.
many interesting countries, but they're very different in climate. And we were talking in Colombia, they have like very different climate in Bogota compared to Medellin, because you have been to Medellin, right?
Yeah, but in Medellin they have a really, really nice climate,
Yeah.
like basically the whole year round. I mean, it's called like the city of eternal spring, I think.
Okay, I was just saying that he called Bogota the city of eternal autumn, so
Okay.
that's the difference.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, but it's in Medellin, they have really nice weather. It's very close to optimal, I would say. It's like maybe like 25, 26 degrees, something like that, most of the year.
Mm.
I mean, it's warm enough, but not too hot, right? It's really, really good, actually.
But you were talking before about buying something there.
Yeah, I think maybe primarily I've been thinking about Brazil in that case, if I would buy something. But yeah, I could definitely consider doing that.
For the great beaches and everything.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, in a place like Rio, I mean, you have basically everything. I think it's a big city. You have the beaches, we have big city life, and it's a lot of nature actually. Like even in the city, it's so beautiful in many places, and people are very open, and I mean it's very entertaining. You know, if you just go around I mean, it's so dynamic. It's crazy, really. It's if you just go down to downtown, if you just walk around, it's like walking, you know, in an amusement park, basically. You know, for us, it's so spectacular. You see so many spectacular things. I mean, for us, you know, you can go down like it can be like a Monday night, you know, and they have this like these samba schools. They are performing, you know. It is such a party vibe, you know, like on a Monday night. You wouldn't believe it. You know, it's really cool. I could definitely spend some winter time there.
Yeah.
I mean, easily. I think it's one of the most exciting places overall.
But there are like probably more crimes, right, in Brazil.
Yeah, I mean that's the negative side of it, for sure. Yeah, you really are on alert a bit. You have to be, I think. Nothing ever happened to me, but I mean, you hear many people. Yeah, things can happen for sure. But
I think I heard much.
Sorry?
I heard much about just Rio, that it's supposed to be pretty dangerous, but
Yeah,
that's
but
where you are, of course.
But, I mean, when I've been to South America, I think you run into people who have had like bad circumstances, you know. But it's mostly I mostly heard about people getting, you know, they lost their smartphones, or maybe even a laptop or something like that. You know, someone stole it. You know, if you weren't really careful. I didn't hear about like worse things really than that, and I think that's a big difference, right? I mean, if they just steal something from you that you can replace, that it's a totally different thing. I mean, if you get hurt yourself, or if even worse, right?
Yeah, of course.
But you totally blend in there, Mats.
Yeah, maybe that's the thing. Yeah.
That's the thing, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel would not be. Yeah.
No, you should really see it. You should really experience it.
When are you going back?
I don't know, but I mean, I have to go. I'm not going to be here in Sweden next winter. That's that much.
Okay.
I can guarantee.
Remember that you need to ask for vacation as well. because you're bound under the slave contract.
Yeah. Maybe I have to cut myself loose from that contract first.
But now everyone has heard, all our listeners knows that this winter Mats promises to not be in Sweden.
Yeah, that's a promise for sure.
Cool.
Shouldn't you promise the same, Daniel?
No, not this year, unfortunately. I would like to make the same promise, but I will make some escapes here now, hopefully.
Yeah.
But not for longer than that.
But that can make a big difference also if you just can escape for a few weeks here and there.
Yeah.
So
That would be nice.
yeah.
And I'm still since I have younger kids, it's hard to be away for a longer time. But the plan is to maybe in a few years trying to escape the winters as well.
Yeah.
See how it works out. Hopefully.
And what about you, Henrik? When will you explore South America?
Yeah, I was just asking Daniel about this, that we should go because he needs to go back to his origins, and then we also said that we had this like perfect guide as well, who like we were talking about you, Mats, that's been there before and know where to go and not to go, and where we shouldn't go, but we should go anyway, and stuff like that.
Let's go.
Perfect. I just have to get away, get to something normally when I'm in another country and by myself and out at night. I just want to see what's happening, what will happen, and I'm always positive. And my motto is it's always going to work itself out. So when I go around the city, I can look and that seems to be a dark corner. I wonder what's happening there, and yes, let's see. Nothing happened here. No, nothing. No problem. Maybe it's fun in that place over there, and maybe not the best way in South America.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that could be a bit dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, Mats, you have been with Daniel in Malaga. You
Yeah,
have the experience.
yeah. I was actually thinking about that. No, maybe you shouldn't try exactly that strategy.
I will think about it. It would be nice, a nice trip.
Yeah, for sure. That would be something extra.
Yeah.
No, froze.
Sorry.
So, there you. Your image froze.
Froze was second.
Okay.
Okay, but no episode without the frog and the Bitcoin price.
That's true.
Bitcoin discussion.
Yeah, can start with the frog, and it's currently at $185.97. So it's been going down for a while.
Yeah, well.
It was like 300-400 last time or something, or
yeah, it's going down fast. So
how much was it when we were in Marbella? Was it like 1,600?
I
think
something like that.
Topped out at if you look at the top price, I think it's around 4,300.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm glad I was sold in time.
I think we were there at that time, so around a few thousand at least. So it was a big change. We should have gone short, but big movement.
Yeah, that would have been a good trade.
Yeah. And Bitcoin, Mats, you're the
exactly right. I mean, it's last week has been a bit disappointing. Today it jumped up a bit again, but I mean we were down to like 56,000 like the other day, maybe yesterday or something.
Oh, such jumps.
And I think it is mostly inflation data in America, basically.
So they want to put them in a more safe harbor and to just in the bank to get interest instead of putting it into Bitcoin, or how do you think it affects?
I mean, why it's going down? Yeah. Yeah, probably. I mean, if you can get like 5% in the bank, I guess that will hurt risk assets in general. I guess I mean it's the same thing. I guess for growth stocks also, right? The multiples go down. If you have the future profits like in the future, and then you discount everything with like 5% instead of 1 or something, it's going to hurt the valuation for sure. It's pretty brutal, right? I mean, the inflation, it's just a couple of tenths of a percent too high, right? I mean, if it was just a half a percentage point lower, then they would start lowering the interest rates, and that would be really, really good for investments, But now when it's stuck a little bit too high, maybe like a 2.7 instead of 2%, then it seems like now we're going to stay at 5% interest rate.
Yeah.
And it's such a big difference, right? I mean, even in America, they were down to 1%, right? I think before they started raising in 2022. It's such a big difference from 1 to 5%. I mean, we went from negative to 4%.
Yeah.
It's such a drastic move, and I guess that. I mean, if people don't believe that we will come down to 2% again, then maybe like, okay, we're going to stay at 5%, and I mean. And then you have to, I think, adjust valuations a bit. That could be a little bit painful. I hope it's not going to happen.
That's strange because...
I was saying that as long as the US does not lower their interest rates, the Swedish krona will suffer. And we probably have to lower it before, and that will make things even worse. So the only, I think, good news was that the job data came in today lower than expected. So they might lower the.
It's funny, like it's a bit contradictory, right? I mean, you're basically hoping it's good news that unemployment is high. It's like, it shouldn't be like that. But I mean, next week, right? The Swedish central bank will decide on the interest rates, and then in June, right, is the ECB, I think, and probably both will cut rates. It sounds very, very likely. So I think especially like if ECB will start lowering, that will make it easier for Sweden also to continue lowering, I would assume. So I mean, I think we're heading for lower interest rates. I mean, let's say in a year or in 2 years' time, I would assume that we will be quite a bit lower still, and it seems like most people think that. I mean, if you look at the analysts from the banks and stuff.
Yeah, I'm waiting for things to crash. I mean, for US, Mats, I mean, you could probably convert something to cash and then to buy something if other things, let's say the real estate market crash. So I'm just looking at following prices in different countries where it's interesting. For me, Dubai is interesting because it's quite close and has a different climate, and has this possibility of starting companies with a low company tax. And then we have also Croatia, but both these countries, I mean, the prices has just gone crazy on real estate.
In what respect is Croatia attractive?
It is attractive because, to me personally, because it's one of the few places where you can buy properties right by the sea, and the sea is very clear compared to like the rest of Europe. And I think it's positioned quite well. Probably similar climate as here. But it's very easy for foreigners to invest in Croatia. But that's probably one of the reasons that the prices have increased as well. I think the difference is now that people with money more than before purchase a second home and real estate as investment. Before, I think it wasn't so much because we were not like globalized in the same way. But now, all people with money have at least one second property just for investment. So just think of what that will do about the real estate market. There will be fewer and fewer properties left that are interesting, and they will still increase prices, I think. And for Dubai, they have this off plan, so they maybe start building it now, and it will finish in 4 years. So you only pay 10% now, and then you pay like in installments. So it's very easy to go in and book a property. You don't have to. But on top of that, you can get like good mortgage as well.
But are you tempted just as an investment, or are you tempted to spend time there?
Yeah, I think as the investment, it has to be a really long time, because I think if we look at just Dubai and they're building like crazy, like no other country. So they will have like 100 new properties in like 5 years or something, and the inflow will not be that much. So the prices will tank. So in the short run, it's not a good investment for that. But in the long run, I think it's good. And but personally, I would like to have something there. At the coldest time here in Spain, easy to go there, easy to have your company there. And it's like separated from the EU. It's not the same laws with banks and sharing information and stuff like that. You will be like more free or whatever happens in the EU.
Interesting to see that you're already trying to flee the winter in Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will it be enough?
That's not really fair, actually.
You're like one step behind.
He's like 10 steps behind.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I haven't heard that before, actually. But yeah, why not?
I mean, South America is interesting, but it's so far away. That's the problem.
Yeah. That's the negative for sure.
What does it take to fly from like Madrid to somewhere in South America? What are we talking?
It may take about, I don't know, 10 or 11 hours or something. I don't know. You probably have to change there somewhere to get to the city you want to.
I think there were flights from Madrid to Bogota at least a few years ago. Because I remember when I looked at it, I was going from Stockholm to Madrid and then to Bogota.
Yeah.
And there on the other side, if we put it that way, we have in Asia, there is Malaysia where you can get citizenship if you invest a certain amount, and it's very good, modern, and good for banking as well. But I mean, it's quite far, and for you can buy almost everywhere. There are just some few places you cannot buy in Malaysia. It's probably the only country in Asia where you can own, East Asia, where you can own a property as a foreigner.
Oh, really? I know it's a problem in Thailand, for example. People think they own the property, but they don't really. Yeah, that's fun. That happens to so many people, I think.
It happens all the time. They think they own, and but I mean, then we have Indonesia where they have like this. It's the same thing there, and we have this leasehold, freehold. But you can get that maybe up to like 99 years, and maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know.
Okay.
Another company that's interesting if you look down is I think it's Tanzania, because
Wow.
that seems a nice country in Africa where you could also invest.
Mm-hmm.
But then in Europe or around Europe, they are talking about. They talked about before Georgia, which like really doubled everything because of like Russia, because so many Russians went to Georgia. But now they have like Uzbekistan, which will be the new upcomer, they think.
Oh, really?
So they really recommend that you purchase the property there. I don't know how often you will get there, but
because those countries used to be really difficult, I think, just to get a visa to.
Yeah.
Have they loosened up the restrictions?
Yes. So they are loosening up everything, and so I think it's a good investment. For maybe not so interesting, but good investment.
That's perfect. That's where all the terrorists come from.
Yeah.
But they don't want to do anything on their own backyard, so it will be safe there.
Yeah. Maybe that's the safest place. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. If not, US decide to make a parking lot of your house.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how about Russia? Aren't they just maybe if they wanted to take over more things, aren't those countries like kind of fair play?
My feeling is that they have their hands full. I mean, they're working so hard with just Ukraine. How could they possibly do two things at once?
But can't Russia be an interesting alternative to invest in? I mean, no one is thinking about Russia right now, right? Like a contrarian strategy.
Kind of hedging.
Yeah.
I don't think you have a lot of competition from international buyers.
I don't know about the Russian passport, if that is so interesting, but do you mean just the property in Russia?
Yeah. But Russia is a really interesting country. It's a cool place to be. You can buy something maybe like Sochi or something, by the Black Sea. Could be nice.
But I think if you think that's interesting, then you should probably buy in Odessa right now. I mean, this is really nice. I think we talked about that before.
Yeah.
Odessa is a really nice town, and they have these villas close to the parties and the sea. And if you're lucky, it hasn't been bombed. So,
the problem if Russia takes over that part, then it's just Russian.
But maybe I mean, it's gonna settle down at some point.
Yeah, could be a nice moment. I'm guessing the prices are really nice now.
Yeah, they must be. I mean, they must be suppressed. The prices must be really low.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I was very close to. I was looking on the internet before the invasion on houses in Odessa.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, because I thought like Ukraine was really because I went to Ukraine and I liked it there, and I looked in Kiev and Odessa, and it was really interesting. I got to know different areas in Odessa, so I think we were talking about this before, the arcade, or it's called the section, and so I went on my Google Map and looked up different houses that were on sale, and they had these really nice penthouses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's at some point, even if Russia takes over, I mean, the first thing they will do is probably not raid foreigners' houses. There must be other things that they're interesting to. They just want to take control of the country.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, if they start to raid foreigners' houses, I mean, what would? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So we have to look into pricing.
Sorry.
Yes, we have to look into pricing. I think it's probably safer to buy in Ukraine than in Russia. I think it will look better on paper.
Yeah, maybe. But
Because you need to go to Russia as well, probably if you have a property there.
Yeah, it's kind of a hassle, I guess, to go there. Right now.
A lot of things to explain.
Yeah, I wonder how easy it is for us to get a visa. It used to be. Have you traveled to Russia?
I haven't. No.
I've been to St. Petersburg, so
Okay.
kind of Russia. Yeah.
It can be a little bit of a hassle to get the visa, and I guess it's not a whole lot easier right now, I would assume. I remember when I think maybe last time I went, then because you need to specify. Let's say you're going to stay a week in Russia, you needed to specify exactly where you were going to stay for all the nights. So then I pre-booked a hotel, but I didn't want to stay there. I wanted to travel freely, so I booked that one, and then I canceled it. The receipt of the booking. So I showed that at the embassy or the consulate, but they actually checked it. So they checked it, and they noticed that I had canceled it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What was the reason for showing the cancellation? You want to just move freely?
You have to, in order to get the visa, you need to state for every day you stay in Russia exactly where you will stay. So you need to have the booking, to show.
Yeah, but I understand that. But what was the reason for canceling and then showing the cancelled?
No, I didn't show. I showed, the original booking, but they actually checked. They actually checked with the hotel, and then they could see that I had canceled it.
Yeah, but why did you show the original booking?
I had to.
Didn't you have any other booking that you could show that was not cancelled? Or maybe I'm misunderstanding.
I don't know exactly when I had to cancel it. Maybe I could have waited.
Okay.
I probably should have waited longer, but yeah. Sometimes it is you need to cancel ahead of time, otherwise you're going to be charged. I don't remember exactly, but it was just a little bit interesting that they actually went and checked it. So they actually put a little bit of effort to check that you're not like gaming the system, basically, because it's really easy to do, of course. So,
but haven't you thought about this, that you want to spread your risk and invest in real estate? Instead of just keeping everything in one place.
Yeah, no, I have actually. I think it could serve two purposes, really. I think I would like to buy some property, in a warm country. So both to get like diversification, basically, as an investment, but also some place where you could spend the winter. So no, definitely, I think it would be. Yeah, but just as an investment would be interesting.
And just the risk of having it in a bank or in one place. It can't feel good to have like almost everything in one place.
Yeah, no, that's definitely risky, and especially something like crypto. That is like super risky. Real estate is a lot safer for sure.
That's actually interesting to go with Africa. Kind of feels like they are on the outside if something should happen between Russia and Europe, and they're kind of on the outside. Could be a safe, just diversification.
The easiest is probably South Africa, but I think Tanzania is more interesting because of the climate and prices and everything. But I think that maybe there's some kind of like leasehold in Tanzania, but for a long time. And there's a lot of corruption, of course. You can pay your way in different. I mean, I saw like a documentary on YouTube where at one time people from Germany just traveled to Tanzania and went to these farms, and they bought plots in cash, really cheap for everyone. And then the government started to look at this, and this was not like real purchases and stuff like that. So they had to give it back, some of them, but some like bribed officials and kept it for a very low price.
I just do the fast Googling here, and it seems like foreigners can't buy a property in Tanzania. We can, as you mentioned, you can do a derivative, so some kind of leasing. But...
Yeah. I think you can also start. You can start companies and buy to a company, but you need to show that you invest in something. So then I've been this in different places, but Tanzania looks amazing, I think.
Yeah, that's definitely an outsider. I mean, you don't know much about these countries, right?
Yeah, but if you Google Tanzania now and look at the images, maybe then you can share how it looks like. But I mean, it looks really amazing, I think.
Absolutely. Just a few seconds, and I will do that. Let's see here. Okay.
It's not so far away from Spain, at least.
Yes, Spain. Yeah, that. Okay, we'll see here, and
it's a pretty stable country compared to the other countries.
Okay, are you seeing this?
Yeah.
So
you can Google Zanzibar with a Z. That's the most interesting.
That's
so beaches seem to be fantastic. The food, the nightlife, and everything.
Nice. And all the I was thinking about safaris. Must be really nice as well. These beaches seem unreal. Yeah, that seems really nice.
Have you been to Africa otherwise?
Not me.
No. Another country really cheap to buy a plot now, which not so many have like heard about, is Belize. So Belize is in South America as well, and now so many foreigners, especially in the US, buy plotters. So you can buy a plot for like between $40,000 to $100,000. And this is on the popular island. I think it's called Ambergris or something. So I will have a call tomorrow with one of the realtors in Belize. The problem is it's very far away, and you need to. I mean, this is an island, so you have to take a small plane between the island and the main city. I don't know the main city name.
Well, I heard Belize can be a little bit rough in some areas, right?
Yeah, but now I think things would be like cleaned up.
You think?
They're like selling. They are selling so many plots at the moment and building these new communities, and I think it will drive out the other people. Or it will, at least on this island, will create like a separate environment.
When I say Belize, I think about this, the crypto guy. What is the name? He started this computer security company. What is the name?
Yeah.
What is the name?
I know what you're talking about. But you go to the upload site or Mega.
Yeah. But the antivirus program.
Okay. Yeah. McAfee.
McAfee. Yeah, exactly. He lived there, and did his really crazy, very crazy lifestyle.
Yeah.
Killing people and.
Yeah, really nice documentary. But I think this island is different, and I think a lot of things have happened since. So, but I think if you can buy a plot for like $40,000 to $100,000, that's cheap. Where in the world can you, as a foreigner, buy a plot on an island? You can just keep the plot. You don't have to build anything. So I mean, it's doubled in 1 year the plot prices. You can just keep it, and later, if you want to go there or live there, you can build something, and it'll probably be cheaper to build later when they have the better infrastructure or something.
Yeah.
And all the roads have been built, because now they're just gravel roads and stuff like that. But this will change very soon.
But what kind of plot would you get for that money? It wouldn't be beachfront, would it?
No, but it's like a couple of minutes with your electric bike or something to the beach. So
yeah,
I think it's good. Not directly by the beach in such a place, but
close enough.
Yeah, because if you live in that place by a beach, it will be quite noisy in the end, I think, compared to Croatia, where there's so many plots and houses where you by yourself totally. There are a little bit of farmland in between, or there is just another house. There are not so many restaurants and stuff like that.
How large are the plots?
I don't know exactly how large they are, but I think between 500 and 1,000 square meters. So.
Interesting.
Okay, pretty interesting options you're considering.
Yeah, because then also they have no tax for companies as well. I think or very low. If you want to start something there. So I will have a call with them tomorrow. We have to know more in which areas, but there are many YouTube videos about this, where they're building new communities. But personally, I think it's far away. But maybe just buy one plot and keep it for 5 years and then sell the plot. And I don't have the money now, but I'm considering just taking a loan to purchase the plot now, because I have not seen any place where you can buy for that kind of price.
And then you have a plan to escape the harsh winters in Spain.
Yeah. I don't know what to do when it's under 18 degrees.
Yeah.
But I mean, last winter was really nice. It was about 20 degrees and no rain.
Yeah.
So.
But of course, you need somewhere to go in the winter, Henrik. I mean, I think it's obvious. You can't stay. You can't stay there.
No, just short and a t-shirt is not enough. I want to go shirtless and shortless and stuff like that.
Couldn't you get a place on the other side of the sea? So you can just, if it gets too cold, you can just jump on a boat and go over to Africa and have something there.
I don't think the weather in Morocco is better. I think it's still it's microclimate here. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's too close, right? It's not that different, I guess.
No, yeah. Yeah, I think it's just there are not many kilometers to the other side.
No, it's really close. It's a fun adventure to do. I mean, you can easily do that, Henrik. I mean, you can just take the car and go to Tenerife, and there you take the boat, and it's like they have this fast boat. It just takes a few hours to go over.
Yeah.
And it's actually pretty interesting. You know, it's totally different environment.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, going there and buy some rugs or something.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. It feels like a little bit like it's when you read about these places and see these videos, it's like it's slipping out of your hands. You want to do something now. You want to invest in something now, but I don't have the money now. But I just want to do these kind of things while it's a good offer. No hurry with Dubai or Croatia, because these prices are quite high. But Belize, maybe Tanzania and Uzbekistan.
Yeah, Uzbekistan. That maybe that's the biggest outsider still.
Yeah, and you can have this. You can create a big factory. We just push in developers in that one and have this mega firm with the developers from Uzbekistan.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be.
It doesn't sound that you will do this right after this call. You need to think about it a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's cool. It's interesting to talk about ideas like this.
It seems really nice if you just look at pictures from Uzbekistan.
Doesn't
Yeah.
it?
And they have this like big river inside, and if you can live somewhere beside that river, quite nice.
I'm just taking the screen here for a while, and I'm not sure if you're seeing this, but it's like this. Seems really nice.
Yeah.
Seems to be nice places. You talked about the river. I'm not sure if it's.
But I wonder what life is like for an expat here.
Yeah, I guess the language might be a problem.
Just might.
Yeah. Interesting.
But yeah, I mean, what these companies, what these countries are doing is like Georgia. They open up everything, making banking easier, open for the West, the East, everything, and they make the country so interesting for to start a company in, to move to buy something, and this will happen to Uzbekistan as well. So there are not so many countries left where you can go and to be separated from the EU and their type of control and their banks, and to start a company totally out of the normal procedures.
Yeah.
It feels like they like closing different doors everywhere, and it would making things harder, and about this like global taxation and stuff like that on companies. Like they want 15% tax on all companies. They are pushing this agenda, and there are still some countries which will never accept this, and people move there, just like they moved to Dubai, but now I guess Dubai was forced to make changes. They went from like 0% to 9% recently. So I guess they were pressured a lot, but 9% is still good.
Yeah, they must apply a lot of pressure for sure. I mean, to accomplish this, right? I wonder what kind of pressure they put on them. What will happen if they don't comply?
I mean, I think it's the banks because at the moment the banks in Dubai is a little bit of gray zone. If you transfer something to and from Dubai, a lot of questions. I know that SEB you couldn't transfer directly to Dubai or something, only if you had a certain type of account. So I think they maybe give and take something. So they say, well, we'll make it easier to transfer to and from. We will accept you and this bank, etc.
Yeah.
And I was also thinking another thing to protect against is like the currency risk. It's very dangerous to have like everything in Swedish krona or US dollars as well. Because I mean we have the BRICS, we have more and more countries moving away from the dollar, and so I think so for example, Singapore, they say it's a good country to have to bank in, to have your money in, and you can trade against on all the Asian markets in more detail than you can do from here, and like the China market in more detail, and is that currency is very stable and stuff like that. So these are things I'm planning and thinking about lately.
I think the dollar is risky if you go for long term. It's just I wouldn't want much money there.
Yeah, it doesn't take so many different news for it to lose value. Now they've just been talking about doing things, but when a country really decides we do not accept dollars, we want our own currency, or we want Chinese yen or something, or Japanese yen. But I think that
it looks dangerous also if you look at their debt, right, and their deficit. They're not even close to trying to solve that one. I mean, and neither party is doing anything about it, really. It's really it's disappointing, I think. I mean, I like America in general, but how could they mess this up so much? It's like no excuse for it. And it seems so unnecessary. I mean, go back to the 90s, and they still had a surplus, in the budget. And then you had this like 25 years, with the internet revolution, which America has been at the forefront of. They have been benefiting like hugely from this, right? They have had the best of times, and at the same time they've totally crashed, their finances. How could that happen? That's very, isn't that really, really strange? They did pointless, just to create so much risk, really.
Yeah.
And hitting those targets all the time. Just okay, we can't spend more. Okay, we will raise it, and just time and time again.
They just do it until they cannot do it anymore.
Yeah.
Right. That's just you can always borrow one more trillion, right? Yeah. It's so irresponsible.
And then I will lose. I have some money in the the papers, the state papers.
Oh yeah.
So I think for now it's okay, but I know that I quickly took them out when I heard about, well, they're not sure if they're going to pass this forward or raise the ceiling for this. There is a risk here, so I think there's a need to switch to other currencies, or at least have some backup. I
wonder what would happen, like to what will happen to the valuation of American companies if the dollar loses its status? It could probably go down a bit, I would assume.
So the reports that we're getting from the company, they are still okay now, but I guess for next quarter they will be bad. I mean, we're still living on history, right? What do you think? Because the reports that are coming out from the big companies, they are okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like there is the problem, but there must be a lagging problem. I mean, you cannot. They must see what is happening, that people are like purchasing less.
But I think you started to see it a little bit in some reports, right? I mean, this McDonald's, Starbucks, these kind of companies, they have noticed a bit of a decrease, I think. And it's kind of natural. I mean, if you pay a lot more, like for interest and everything, like on your loans and stuff, somewhere you have to like decrease your spending, right? And maybe it takes a while before you to adjust, right? But maybe finally, if you had these costs for long enough time, then maybe you skip that coffee at Starbucks before work or something like that, right? And of course you will postpone buying a new car because it's really expensive. I mean, if you borrow to get the car and everything like that. So I mean, of course, you're going to have an effect if you keep rates at high for longer. For sure.
I think cars will suffer, but I think the last thing that people give up is their Netflix account. So I think that's still a good investment.
Yeah, maybe.
If you're broke and
you're of life, if you stop the subscription, at least you can give up totally.
Yeah,
but if you're broke, I'm just thinking. Yes, as you mentioned, if you don't have any money, you stay at home, and then you want to watch a movie or something.
Yeah.
Probably pretty safe. Seems like something you would wait with before canceling.
But
at the same time, Netflix said that they will no longer report number of new users or something. So they are seeing some kind of change, and they said that they will not do the same kind of reporting anymore.
Maybe people start sharing accounts instead. It's could be something like that.
Yes. A lot to digest.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, you need to check that Uzbekistan factory.
Yeah.
I have to Google.
You should look at these places. Odessa, Zanzibar, Belize, Bogota, and Cartagena, Medellin, Malaysia, and see what you think.
Yeah. I actually, like last week, I was checking, for properties in Rio. And I single out like one favorite. I can show you next time. Maybe it's like as a cliffhanger for next episode.
So approximately how much is it, and can you purchase it as a foreigner?
I don't think there's any problem purchasing property as a foreigner in Brazil. I don't think it's any problem, and like not a lot of taxes or anything like that either. But so this one was it's really like a palace, when the Portuguese people came, to Brazil and to Rio, they didn't want to stay like at the beach. They thought it was a bit too hot, so they had this favorite area called Santa Teresa. It's a little bit elevated, a little bit further up, but it's really close still to the beach if you want to go. But there they built these like really classical, almost like mansion-like houses, and they still stand there. And So
Nice.
this was really, really cool places actually. And I mean, if you think about what you would have to pay for something similar like in Europe, I mean this would be like in the French Riviera or something like that, where you can find something like this, with a view of the ocean, and everything. That would cost like really, that would be serious money. But here you can still get it, for like.
So it was the big one with many rooms.
Yeah.
Good cliffhanger.
Yeah. We want to see that mansion. I can see you in your robe in that mansion.
Yeah, you can, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I totally envision it. And you stand on the big like porch, looking down at the sea. Yeah. And there's like bottles everywhere, and some women
Okay.
upside down and everywhere. Yeah.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cliffhanger. Okay. So
All right.
thanks for today, and
Yeah.
we try next week again.
Yes.
And then we can meet in the lobby afterwards. And El Presidente, what do you say to our subscribers, or not to our subscribers, to our
I say like and subscribe.
It's not too late.
Yeah, you don't want to miss the cliffhanger for next week.
Yeah, it's an investment actually. We will save you money, but it's not financial advice. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks for today. Bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.